Good evening. You're welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. My name is Sharon Enem Chuku, and I'm joined in the studio by Ifoma Oji. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening, Shasha of the Most High.
How are you doing this evening?
Very well. What about you?
I'm fine.
I can see you're kind of tired, but at the same time, you look good.
Thank you very much. No. We are talking about Nigeria, so we can't afford to be too tired. Yes. We have two very interesting stories. And we're starting with the newly obtained U.S. public records that reveal that FCT Minister Nyesom Wike secretly purchased a $2 million mansion in Florida. And it wasn't even in his name. Instead, the property is registered under the names of his wife and children. Even more, his wife, Justice Eberechi Wike, is documented as a registered U.S. Democrat, putting her in potential breach of Nigeria's judicial code. Now, for the second story, for the first time in 15 years, the Budget Office under President Bola Tinubu has failed to publish the 2025 Quarterly Budget Performance Report, shrouding government spending in opaque secrecy. The failure extends to the CBN's missing economic report since February and a fully inaccessible open treasury portal. Now, these two stories have been making headlines, especially, with the Wike story, the $2 million mansion in Florida. I don't know if you've seen pictures of this mansion, but it is massive. It's sitting on a very massive space, and it's, luxurious. Every shade of luxurious. And this is a property that was acquired earlier this year. And, the funny thing about it is that it was not in Wike's name, okay? It was in the name of his children and that of his wife. Now, before we go to the part of the wife being a U.S. Democrat, let us talk about this property first. How can a cabinet member, the FCT minister, who earns annually $5 million, be able to purchase a building worth $2 million in the U.S. and nobody is saying anything?
It's clear now. It's clear. He's laundering money. He's embezzling money from public funds. I mean, we have the rumors because, what business is he doing apart from being a cabinet member? Even if he has other business? $200 million.
No, this one is just $2 million. No.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for somebody to acquire. And then I don't want to go to the wife's side right now, but come on, that is huge. And what is paining me is the fact that there are a lot of underdeveloped projects in FCT.
Yes.
And this man bought this kind of mansion. It's still the same country that we both are living in, that we are borrowing money, we're in serious debt. It's still the same country that the inflation has hit the markets too badly, and somebody is buying mansion worth 2 million. Oh God.
No, it's funny because when I saw this story, when I saw the pictures of the mansion, the first thing that came to my mind is these people don't even live there as much. With the kind of work that he does, is mostly in Abuja. So this is just a vacation house, I believe. It's not even their main house. It's not like their family house. This is just a vacation house that we are able to discover. Now, what about the other properties that are yet to be discovered? Do we know how much it costs to obtain those properties? But in another light, people are now questioning the U.S. estate agencies. But I don't understand how that is a link. But let me just bring this question to you. With the amount, the public image that Nigerian politicians have, we've seen it with Canada and the US. They are very particular about Nigerian politicians and their travelings and their properties acquisition. How come that with the kind of figure that Minister Wike has, he made such a purchase? And nobody is saying anything on the U.S. front. I mean, the estate agents, the U.S. embassy, everybody just kept quiet. I mean, are they not supposed to release this document earlier than now?
You know, I think it's because probably they've been investigating into the matter. You get, that might be the reason why it delayed, or it took this time before they could release it to the public. At the same time, you never can tell if this money is, maybe to them it might be small. You understand?
Small?
Yes, small somehow. You don't know how much people there have. I mean, those people
I
are
get
quite,
your point.
they are quite wealthy. You get, so if they made the investigation and, you know, released it saying that, okay, this man owns this particular property in US, then they have released it.
Yes, I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying. But you know that they are now accusing Nyesom Wike of money laundering. But let me just pose this question. Now, could this purchase potentially violate Nigeria's money laundering, the Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022? And what mechanisms are in place to trace or block such foreign asset transfers? I mean, there is a money laundering act. I mean, do you think this purchase has violated that?
It has violated it. You just mentioned the act of 2022. You understand? It's you could see that there's a
So what's the way forward? What do you think? Like, how should they?
I think EFCC and ICPC should come in. I see what you did right there, because I mean, it's a bane of corruption too. We know that, but at the same time, we can't stop, you know, wishing and hoping that they could, you know, come in or throw in their weight on the matter. And not just that, I think if they make the investigations and they find out that this man laundered public funds, I mean, taxpayers' funds, obviously, then I think the necessary procedures should be taken to make sure that this man gets punished, even though we know that it might be impossible. But at the same time, let's look at the how this is posing Nigerians.
The view,
the view, yes. The outside bodies are literally losing trust in us. You understand?
I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I even wanted to talk about the wife who has a
judicial,
post.
yes.
She has a post. She's a what is it called? A holder, a legal holder in the society. Somebody of that caliber could actually, you know, hide something like this. And under the law in Nigeria, not just Nigeria here, even outside Nigeria, it states that anybody who is a member of the judiciary or that has anything to do with
illegal holding,
that they are not to involve themselves in anything that has to do with politics outside. Even inside, they are not supposed to.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a clear violation of that particular
that begs
law.
the question, what is now the plan? I mean, her being a Democrat, what is their plan? What is the full? Because I don't see how it links. What is their plan moving forward? Do they want to move into US politics?
I don't know. I can't really tell her plan. But if she joins, she obviously has her personal reasons. But what I'm saying now is that a lawyer is meant to be unbiased and impartial. Neutral, completely neutral. She's not supposed to bring anything that has to do with self-interest into. If she wants to do that, let her just let go of her position. Let her just come down. But you know, earlier this morning we talked about the temporary freezing of some of the accounts of the ex-NNPCL chairman. You know, they said that his properties and the money that they saw in his 4 accounts, Jazz Bank accounts, were gotten through illegal means. Now that the spotlight is on Nyesom Wike, are they going to confiscate that property in Florida? Are they going to demand for his accounts? Are they going to freeze it? It's what I'm interested in at this point. Because if they can do that to the ex-AFCC chairman and other politicians, Nyesom Wike, what about him? Because Nyesom Wike seems to be untouchable. I think the only people that I believe have power now are the international bodies. If there is anything they can do in this matter, you get. Because even if we say that the EFCC and the ICPC should probe into the matter, you get, find out what exactly happened, how it went down. At the same time, when everything comes out, what happens to the follow-up? You understand? They will definitely find one story or the other and cover it. So I think at this point in time, even both the wife should be punished, because I mean she has
yeah,
she has violated
she
has violated the rule.
No, you're right.
Everybody should touch both Wike and the wife. The punishment.
No, you're very right. But I love that you have mentioned that how the judgment should reach everybody. I would want us to also take a look at some of the comments that Nigerians have been making on X so that we can have a view of their perspective. Vintage is saying, all the dollars stolen by African leaders don't vanish into thin air. They end in Western banks, real estate and investment. The US and Europe would have blocked their system from being safe havens for African corrupt leaders if they are truly fighting against corruption as they claim. I like this point, that they would have easily blocked, made it unsafe for people to invest if it's illegal. Gordon FTB says, Wike is above the law in this country. Even Tinubu cannot cough where Wike is. They all have their skeletons in the cupboard. If I go down, you will go down too. Interesting. So it's like, if you do me, I do you. Man, no go vex. Temi Collins says, and this will be so bad that the Nigerian government still would not do anything about this expose. Just some internet fuzz and buzz. Then we move on to the next internet banker. I am tired, I beg. More, I understand. Now, this person says, the world respects receipts, not rants. Until we build organized, citizen-owned data, for example, budgets, assets, contracts, timelines, etc., will be managed, not respected. Ooh, I like that line. Will be managed, not respected when we build citizen-owned data. I really love the fact that people are now coming out to call for accountability. Because for the longest, it seemed as though Nigerians have been complacent with how the government or Nigerian leaders have been treating them. But now they are demanding accountability. They are demanding transparency in leadership. But finally, with the property that he has acquired now and with the investigation that is currently ongoing, how do you think EFCC, because they are the independent graft body that is supposed to pay attention to issues like this, how do you think they should address this? Because it seems as though Nigerians have lost trust in the EFCC.
Omo, if I'm to answer, if I'm to answer as a Nigerian, I'll just tell you Omo. Omo, because I mean, now we already know how the issue started. We already know how it's going to end. We know how it will end, definitely. You understand? But at the same time, I am equally, you know, actually sending a message to EFCC, and not just EFCC, ICPC, like I said before. I mean, they should investigate.
Yes.
You get, if truly that this man laundered money to enrich his pockets and his family's pockets, then I think that they should be brought to book.
No, so, to be honest, that is beautiful. EFCC, please, we use God name to beg you. We are tired of the, it's as though they just carry us along in the beginning, but then they don't let us know how it ends. It's just like starting a conversation but not concluding on the conversation. We want to see how this spans out, this information. We want to see how it all ends up. But talking about investigation and all of that, why is it that, you know, the quarterly budget reports that have been published regularly since 2009, with only rare exceptions in 2010 and 2020, why has the Tinubu administration disrupted this norm by not publishing reports since the second quarter of 2024 till date? They've not uploaded the quarterly reports that they ought to report. Why? I mean, is this the new norm now with the Tinubu? This has only happened recently with the Tinubu administration. Is this how we are going to move going forward?
Wait, so there is a track record though, starting from 2010, the early days of Jonathan's ruling. The report was missing, that 2010.
Yes.
Then 2020, it was still 20. 2020. No, 2020. Reports were equally missing in 2020. And then, but let's just take it like 2010 was still the transitional governance when Jonathan was still, you know, trying to find his ground and or whatnot. Then 2020, this pandemic, when pandemic, you know, happens, it's 2020 or 2022.
No,
I don't
20.
know if yes, that let's just say it was more like a mass crisis, you get. But then to 2025, and I asked the reason why. Is it that there is something that they don't want the public to know? Because we already saw a lot of squandering of money, humongous squandering
budget that they have been approving.
We've been seeing it. So maybe they are kind of preventing the public from seeing this so that we'll not scrutinize, you know, and criticize how they spend the money, how much they spend. But at the same time, we still appeal to them. We need to know how much.
I'm not appealing with people. I'm demanding.
See, let me say, okay, we demand.
We are demanding. We are not appealing.
Mr. Bola Tinubu and his administration, we need to know how much you spend. We need to know how much you allocated again for this 2025. We need to know how much you spent. We need to know the project you spent on and the one you did not spend on. We need to know every single thing, because this is not just about Nigeria and how Nigerians, Nigerian government handles money. It goes down to say a lot of things about the management of fund in this country. And not just that, the international body are seeing exactly what is happening. Investors, both locally and internationally, they are seeing every single thing. And these people demand accountability. They demand clarity before they invest in anything that has to do with business in this country. So I think that they should be accountable. They should account for every single dime that they spend.
You know, it's funny because we talk about accountability, we talk about management. It's just very sad that Nigerian government has a very big problem with management when it comes to management of fund and data allocation and keeping of data. They have this. Is it that we don't have the experts? We don't have people who know how to do these things, how to bookkeep and all of that, because they keep mixing this thing up, and it's as though a nation without data, I don't know what we have. A nation that we are already struggling with the little data that we have. The other day, USA and their foreign policy said they are now demanding for data, the database of citizens that will be applying to go into the US. And they said that Nigeria, we are part of the countries that have poor database. Now, with the poor database that we are trying to manage, you still have not given us reports, quarterly reports since what is it called? Last year, 2024. I know the funny thing is that they said that this government, according to news, right, that this present government is the only government that have not been able to, with the budgets that they have given, they have not been able to achieve what they budgeted for the first quarter of the year. This is August. What have you people been doing since January, February till now? They've not been able to tell us, okay, this is what we have done. It's as though what I've noticed is that they have paused governance and they are now looking forward to 2027 election. Exactly. Everything that we have been seeing, everything we have been hearing is around 2027 election. Forgetting that there's a nation to govern, there are Nigerians to lead, there is a nation to take care of. The other day we were talking about how much the presidency has paid on traveling alone. How much they have in 18 months. It's reading into billions, 16.2 billion in how many months? Something that surpassed Buhari's administration, which was 12 billion naira, and that was for even longer. This one is in 18 months.
And to think that they were even demanding increments.
Oh, that's a good one. So they came out and they were telling us that the salaries that they are paying, our leaders and our politicians, and especially the presidency, the vice president, that is not enough, that is unheard of, that is too small, 1.5 million monthly salary. And me, I was even saying during a show that we're having that they should reduce the money, the salaries they pay to these politicians drastically. They should feel like 200. Because I was thinking that maybe then it would now be like it would be for people who have interest to serve Nigeria better.
Do more.
Exactly, because now it seems as though being a politician is a very lucrative business. Exactly. It's something that you can do and become a billionaire overnight, and it is guaranteed.
Yeah, there was something you mentioned about is it that they don't have the experts, to craft or draft out the budget for 2020,
or even the report.
Now, this country and its leaders, you could see that the system, we are structured in such a way that nepotism rules. So it's not really people that are supposed to be in position that are being placed in position. That is exactly what it is. There's no two ways about it. Because tell me, will it be staffing? You will not tell me that it's staffing. Are they short of staff? There are lots of qualified people, professional people out there that they can pick up that will occupy these positions. Yes. But no, because I'm your friend, region. Because this person is from my place, I need to employ. Let this person be. I'm not every single time.
Sentimental politics.
I'm telling you, it's very, very annoying that even at this point we are still experiencing something like this. We are demanding reports.
Quarterly reports. We have not even gone half. You know that's not the only report that has been missing. So, we just found out now that central bank's monthly reports, right? They said was missing. The central bank is supposed to give us a report about the spending of the government on any of the expenditures. They're supposed to give us a report.
How do you think they'll do that?
That's why I'm now saying that I'm making
people that work hand in hand.
So I'm linking it now because this report was supposed to come earlier, and now they said it was missing. I don't know. Now, when you say missing, what's the context of missing? Was it there? Okay, so my question is, was the report there and then they didn't see it again, or they didn't make the report at all? Because how can a report be missing? Now, it has never missed before. Now it's missing. How?
No, report has been missing before. But like I explained it earlier, that it was missing because of the crisis, that pandemic.
No, I'm saying, that 2010, right? Yes. And 2020, those are exceptions. Okay.
But see, I'm just giving that as an excuse for them.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
It's preventing them from, giving us or releasing the report. I'm just providing that as an excuse for them.
I understand what you're saying.
But at the same time, I'm like, I mentioned this earlier. I told you that it might be that these people, it's not even it might be. These people have misplaced priority. This report is not their problem.
It's the elections.
The list of their problem. You're talking about CBN releasing this thing. People that work hand in hand. How do you think? They've already sat down in a round table. They've discussed how everything is going to.
So does it now mean that this is how we are going to be going?
Yes, now forward? Snake and gorilla will keep on swallowing things in this country. It's not news.
Nigeria on Absudu, because at this point there are some things that it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. If the quarterly reports is not available, that it would have contradicted it if the CBN reports came out, because then even though we didn't have quarterly reports, at least we would have something to hold on to. But now it's as though we don't have anything at all. We don't have any thread to hold on to. We are just blank. How much did Nigerian government spend in the year 2025? We don't know. How much did they spend last quarter in 2024? You don't know. We don't know anything. The same data that we are complaining of, we can't lay hold. And this matter of misplaced priorities, I just saw that Imo State government just banned nursery graduation. Okay, no, I think nursery primary school, yes. And JSS 3, right? So they cannot graduate. So who concerns you with small children's party? How is that our business? You are leaving budget that you are supposed to pay attention to. Although it's the Imo State government, but all of you are in the same WhatsApp group.
No, don't worry. As they WhatsApp group, they share them.
No, it's not for you.
No, it's what it is. It is what it is. You understand? This is where we find ourselves today. But at the same time, I'm actually saying, sometimes you want to give out an advice or profile
But
solution.
at the same time, they know what they are doing. Everybody knows what they are doing.
These are people that plan this thing even ahead of you and I. So they just dish things for us, and they just, oh yeah, you people should take this one, deliberate on this one. When you are done, we are preparing more.
But you know that I have another, so there's something that is troubling me. If this is how things are in 2025, we are in August. We have not gone anywhere. What is waiting for us in the future? And then another thing is, if this present administration is hell-bent on retaining power come 2027, when that 2027 finally comes, which country will they have to govern? Because now people are super hungry. People are out of school. I don't even want to mention the statistics or the data of the number of the children that are out of school just in the northern states alone, or the people that are malnourished. And these are data that have been provided by World Bank, UNICEF, and the rest of people that are just credible. Okay, organizations that are credible have released this data for us, and we are seeing the state of Nigeria as it is today. Now in 2027, let's say for maybe Nigerians accept to vote the current president again in 2027, what would they now be ruling? Do you understand my question? What would be the state of Nigeria that they would rule? Or would they not be looking forward to the next election again?
No, it's Japa syndrome. Before you know it, everybody in Nigeria will Japa.
Even the Japa is not even hard. Because USA, especially Canada, USA, they are not even taking it funny. They are not even treating us nice at this point. And who can blame them? I don't blame them.
At the same time, we won't stop, wishing and hoping that things will get better. And is it EF? I wanted to call EFCC, but these people are Ikeguru. They are Ikeguru, but at the same time, I mean, the government should see that, I mean, the public, the entire citizens of Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, investors, foreign investors are losing confidence day by day. Nigerians started with, when you dish out something to them, they'll be like, how did it happen, from where this money, where is it coming, explain to us. But at the long run, we are now like, let's hope that things will get better. Now from things will get better, we are now at, I beg, you no matter anything where they want to do, they do. That's where we are at this point. You could see that we've lost trust and hope in the government and the people ruling this country. And I'm actually pleading to all the people that hold official positions to actually, come in, step into this matter and provide accountability for these people. Not just, like I said before, it's not just Nigerians, but Nigerians here and Nigerians in diaspora, and then foreign investors, both the ones that have invested in our economy and the ones that are intending to invest in our this thing. If not, this will continue being headline every single day. Trust will continue losing every single time.
No, thank you very much, Ifoma Oji. At this point, I just believe that everybody knows what they are doing. But we will not keep clamoring for change. This country is our country. I'm not going anywhere with you people. I don't have any other country to call my own. Maybe people do. People like Kemi Badnoch, they can say they are a British. Me, I don't have the privilege. So you see this table, every single day we'll come here, we'll keep trashing the situations happening in Nigeria until we get positive response. Because even as much as you said that people are starting to lose faith, with political office holders, we can't afford to. If you give up, who will fight for you? Nobody will. The independence that we're enjoying, people paid with their lives for it. People spent years in prison for it. We can't afford to let it go just like that. And that is why I am pleading to the conscience of every citizen of Nigeria. If you are not doing it for yourself, if you are tired and you are saying you want to give up, think about your children. Is this the type of country you want them to live in? Anyways, that's what we're going to call it a wrap on the show. Thank you very much, Ifoma Oji, for doing this with me. It's always an absolute pleasure.
Anytime.
Yes, thank you so much.
Shane, me and you will go there this country. We will solve the problem we there for this country.
Yeah, I pray so.
If they no want solve the problem, all of of us go they this table.
That's what active citizens
before
is
you
about.
know it, we go carry placards. All the citizens of Nigeria go carry placards to change the situation of things in this country.
That's the energy. We need to carry Nigeria on our heads, and that's what we want you, the citizens, to do. Please drop your comments in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, share with your family and your friends. Let them join into the conversation. Remember, you can, follow us on all our social media platforms at Active Citizens Media so that you are updated on the things that we are doing. You can also find me on my personal social media handle on Instagram and on Facebook at Sharon NM Chuku. If you have any story you want us to bring to the table, let me know. And Ifeoma?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miss Selex.
All right. Thank you so much for watching again. Till we see you tomorrow morning. Do have a good evening.